It sucks to stay in the same position and not grow, and it sucks to grow and get better. So choose one. I was a scrub. I was a nincompoop. And they look at my content and I bet they laugh. But you wanna know the truth? The truth is you'll never discover who the fuck you are or who you wanna be by doing bare minimum, low effort shit. Just finished my 2-mile run, boys. Currently walking on the street. I'm gassed. You guys can probably hear all the cars going by. I don't really care. Either way, bruh, I've been dealing with some stuff lately. I'm gonna walk y'all through it, my thought process. Right now, I have a little bit of money saved up in my bank account. And I keep being told inside my head that I don't have enough to make this move to Dallas, that I'm not having enough wisdom in my head to start my business. All these limiting beliefs holding me back right now. I've had old people from the past resurface, just like randomly, like seeing people back in the day where I was going through traumatic events, or maybe there was an unclosed chapter with them that I had to figure out. And I just randomly been seeing them, whether it's been like the smoothie shop, at my job, or they, reach out to me. So recently, I had to decide in my mind. I had to decide whether I was gonna let go of the past or continue to believe old beliefs or old systems that my life was created off of. And I'll be honest with y'all, I've had to be the bigger person a lot of times. I've had to apologize to people that never apologized to me. It got to a certain point where I started to see that they were unhealed, that they still were battling demons inside of their head that they haven't figured out. And over the past 3 years of my life, I figured out, like, damn, you were able to achieve those certain things. You got over those. You were the bigger person and apologized. And I've been in this weird in-between space for quite a while now, where it's like I realize that I'm outgrowing this old version of myself, but there's still things that are trying to hold on to me. For example, I've been waking up not at 5 a.m. every single day. Ever since I got back from my trip, it's been extremely rough for me to wake up that early. And like my sleep schedule's fucked up. Like I'd be waking up at probably like 7, 8 o'clock, which most people would say is not bad, but for the amount of progress and speed that I want this shit done with, I have to be persistent. I have to be disciplined, and that's all I preach. So ever since I got back from this trip, I've been trying to figure out why I can't get past this barrier of consistency. Why I can't get over this certain threshold that I feel like I should have broke through by now. And recently I've been going on runs. You guys see I got the vest on and shit, new running shoes. I started to question why I can't break through this threshold. And for me, I had to really focus in on my why. Because old me, I had no purpose. And that's a scary position to be in. Is to wake up every single day and feel like there's no purpose of even waking up. I used to be that depressed, or I thought that my life was so bad that there was no purpose of even waking up. So recently, with the time that I've given myself, I've still been going to the gym. I've still been eating good foods. I've still been making videos. Guys, I know I haven't posted in a long time, but I've been making a lot of videos behind the scenes and really just trying to get the foundation built. But I've been going on these runs because mile 1, I don't want to do it. all of my inner bitch thoughts are coming in my head, and I start to question why I'm even doing this in the first place. And that translates to everything that I do in life, right? When I'm in the middle of my workout and I'm doing supersets, in my head, I'm like, why the fuck are you even doing this to yourself? Why? Why would you be training this hard? Why are you trying to wake up early? Why are you trying to eat a clean diet? Why are you trying to make sure that you're the best man that you could possibly be in every single area of your life? And the biggest thing that I discovered was, I didn't have somebody when I was younger that was teaching me these things. This is all self-taught shit, right? I discovered all this shit on my own through my own experiences. So my biggest goal or my biggest why is to create the character that I didn't have as a kid. Because when I was a kid, I felt alone, right? Not only did I feel alone, I felt like no matter how hard I tried at something, that it was never gonna work. Because in the past, it never worked for me, right? Everything around me was chaotic. Everything around me seemed to go wrong. And as I'm building up my business and as I'm making more progress, I have to continue to test myself. Because you reach a certain point where you become extremely comfortable. You become extremely complacent. And I was talking to this one dude at the gym, and I told him, I said, hey bro, you wanna work out with me? Because everyone in the gym sees me working out, and they always ask me questions about diet and workout routines and all this shit. And I said, hey bro, on Wednesday we got legs. First thing he said, nah bro, I don't really wanna hit legs. Like, can we do chest or something? So as soon as I heard that, I knew that he wasn't mentally ready. And I only say that because he wants to be an optimizer lifter, meaning he wants to do everything that is scientific. He wants to do everything that makes sense. Cool. I tried that. I tried that for a few years. Let me get 8 hours of sleep. Let me do what's optimal. Let me just do enough to get by. Let me do enough that's gonna make me feel okay at the end of the day and do bare minimum shit. But you wanna know the truth? The truth is you'll never discover who the fuck you are or who you wanna be by doing bare minimum, low effort shit. So recently, I'm trying to find, and I hate the word balance, but I'm trying to find my groove within doing a fuck ton of work, but also not allowing it to leak over into areas where I'm not persistent or sharp in. And I'm gonna tell you right now, depending on how fast you wanna achieve your goal, depending on how fast that you wanna level up, it's gonna take some sacrifices, right? Over the past 3 years, I've sacrificed relationships, meaning, you know, some of the homies that were my day one friends that I would do anything for, I had to let them go because every time they called my phone, it was always about, yo, hop on the game. Yo, what do you think about this female? It was never about, hey bro, I'm dealing with this mindset problem. How can I improve it? Hey bro, I want to get in the gym. I want to start lifting. What's the best workout that you've tried? It's never been anything like that. It's always about some shit that doesn't fucking matter. So with relationships, I had to let them go. I had to let them go because it was taking away my focus. It was taking away my energy. It was taking away the precious time that we have, and I felt like I was just wasting it. Another thing that I had to sacrifice was my sleep. To this day, there's times where I get 4 hours of sleep. There's times where I feel like I have absolutely no energy and I'm like a fucking zombie, right? And yes, I will admit that when I get no sleep, I can do it for a certain period of time, but it hits some point where I gotta get rest. You know, we're human. It's gonna fucking happen. So the days that I miss and I don't hit my wake up time, 9 times out of 10, it's because the previous 2-3 weeks, I'm probably running off of 4 hours of sleep. And it hits a certain point where I haven't built up the mental capacity where I could be like, yo, shut the fuck up, get the fuck up. This is what this is what you want. But that's also allowed me to recognize that my why wasn't big enough. I didn't have a big enough why to get up at 5 a.m. every single morning, no matter what, no matter if I got 3 hours of sleep, right? So recently with the gym, and the previous thing I talked about with the dude at the gym that wanted to hit legs, he's like, I'm just trying to gain muscle. I just want to optimize for growth. And I said, cool. But do you understand that if you don't push your brain to the limits, if you don't see how far you can go, if you don't see how much you can do, you'll never know. So every day that I wake up, I challenge my mindset. And I say, how much can I get done today? How much can I do? Not, what's the bare minimum that's gonna get me by today? And then I could just rest and do whatever I want. Because whenever I did that, I was a scrub. I was a nincompoop. And I hated myself. And I thought that I was having fun. And I thought that was the whole point of life. No. The whole point of life, in my perspective of 22 years on this planet, is to continue to grow. So I faced this battle in the gym last week. I was doing my mentor's ab circuit by myself. And I was like, okay, it's a 3-round ab circuit. You only get a 30-second rest. And prior to that, I was doing like cable crunches and other ab variants. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me try his and stick to it. And what I discovered was every single time that I was doing his ab circuit, there was this little voice in my head. And that voice was saying, you don't have to go all 3 rounds. You can just stop here. You did enough. You don't have to run the extra mile that you said you were gonna do. You can just stop now and quit. And that little voice is super haunting. That little voice will allow you to give into your comfort. That little voice is gonna hold you back from your potential. That little voice is the voice of a fucking hater. You know how butterflies start in their little cocoon? You have to de-shed all that bullshit. Everything that's not serving you in a positive way, you must get rid of it immediately. And not only get rid of it, you have to keep it sharpened. Meaning, just because for a month or the previous month, I was going hard and giving it my all, doesn't mean that I don't have to continue to test myself. Because what I realized is, every day that I wake up is just another fucking test. And just because I complete the test yesterday doesn't mean that I get to chill or skip the test today. So if you've been holding back, if you're not pushing yourself to the fucking limits, why haven't you? Why haven't you? Why don't you? Because you know damn well on the other side of that is a way greater reward. Yeah, it sucks in the moment. Can we just get over it? Can we get over it now? It sucks. Either way, it sucks. Either single fucking way, it sucks to stay in the same position and not grow, and it sucks to grow and get better. So choose one. The longer you wait to make that decision, the longer you delay your success. The longer it's gonna take for you to get out of that comfort bubble. The longer it's gonna take for you to meet those opportunities. So how long do you wanna wait? Because I know so many people right now that I knew years ago that are still doing the same shit that I was doing 3 years ago with them. They may have got a new job. They may have learned one new skill, but they're still doing scrub shit. For example, the World Cup's going on. I talked about this all over my Instagram. Make sure you guys follow my fucking Instagram. It's Kyrie Josiah. It'll be in the fucking bio. All over my Instagram every day. I talk about everyone at the World Cup. And I said, look, you guys want to sit around and watch grown, sweaty men kick a ball into the goal? Do it. Cool. Have fun. But don't be upset. And don't be mad when somebody who didn't do that with their time, somebody who willingly gave it their all every single day and cut out all the distractions is ahead of you. Because I have those same people hating on me right now. And they look at my content and I bet they laugh. I bet they do. But you know what's funny to me? Is that at the end of all of this shit, I'm going to get the last laugh. I'm going to be the one on top. Because no matter how many times I fell down, no matter how many times people tried to pull me into their fucking misery, I ignored it. And through my own misery and my own suffering, I built up a fucking kingdom. So I just want to remind you boys, the goal is not to see how much you can get away with. It's not. The goal for you is to see how much pain you can fucking endure. It's to see how much you can get through. Because that's where you truly find out who the fuck you are. And it doesn't happen, oh, let me do it one day and then the rest of the year I get to chill out. No, that's not how it fucking works. I was watching a David Goggins podcast and he talked about his reasoning for the things that he does and why he does them. One of the examples was getting up early. And a podcaster asked David Goggins, he said, well, why do you do it? Like, the bed is cozy, you're tired, you're rubbing your eyes, you could just lay down, you're already rich, you've already made it. And David Goggins said, keep talking. So he went on again. He brought up a few more examples. And David Goggins said, you know what? That's exactly why I do what I do. Because I know nobody else is doing it. So it's up to you. Do you want to be like everybody else? Do you want to be average? Do you want to fit in? Or do you want to do something that no one else has ever done in their life? Or do you want to separate yourself from the crowd? Either way, in my opinion, it sucks. Because when you grow up and you do what everyone else did, or you live in your comfort, that regret feeling is going to be way worse than the pain that you would have endured to be successful. I promise you. I fucking promise you. So there's no more waiting around. There's no more, oh, I just need to wait until I get a month to get ahead. Oh, I just need another month to figure out my plan. Oh, just get started. Because the longer you wait, the more you're going to have to sit in it. And a lot harder it's going to be as you get older to break free from it. So my recent battles recently have been trying to break free from my 9-to-5. It's been one of the hardest tasks that I've ever had to do in my life. Trying to work a business, trying to still hit the gym and hit my macros, be a good family man, and leave the 9-to-5 and have to work it. It's been the toughest battle that I've had to endure my whole life. And I've been through traumatic shit, obviously. But as far as like daily tasks and things that I have to get done, this is the most that I've ever had to do. But it's also been the best thing I've ever done. Because I can feel the man that I'm becoming. I can feel the character that I'm creating in silence. Nobody else is out here. I'm by my fucking self. I don't have to do this. And I'm not doing it to deserve cool points or look at me points. This is for me. This is data for me to look back on and say, hey, you didn't have to go through all that. You didn't have to wake up early. You didn't have to try to create your own business. You didn't have to help those people, but you did it anyways. What a fucking beast. And everybody else that wants to clown on my content, everybody else that wants to act like they used to know me and who I was, everyone else who wants to act like what I'm doing is insane or crazy, I promise you, by the end of this fucking journey, you guys will be asking me for help. I promise. You're gonna ask me how I did that. And when I give you the answer, you're not gonna wanna do it. I promise. Because the majority of you guys are scrubs. Nincompoops. And you don't really care as much as you think inside of your own head that you care. You don't really care. We can be honest here. I'll put up video clips right here of me being an absolute scrub. Me thinking that I knew it all. Me thinking that this was gonna lead me to success. Just so y'all know, I can speak from a place of I've been there. So how much longer are you gonna wait? How much longer are you gonna let these days go by? Because before you know it, it's about to be 2027. It's only 6 months left in the year. Not a lot of time. You don't have that much time, bro. And the more that you don't make the decision to get the fuck up, the more that you delay it, the more painful it's gonna be. I love you boys. I got lots of content on the way. I've been building this shit in silence. So stay fucking tuned, tap the fuck in. Make sure you guys comment down below on these videos. It raises me through the algorithm. I would much appreciate it. I got a Calendly link in my fucking bio as well if you guys want to book a one-on-one call. And let's get to this shit.